Hi Gemini, this is your May love reading. Before I begin, I would just like to advertise a promotion I'm doing starting May 1st. The first 10 clients who email me will receive a free reading of their choice. Um, there are limitations, so please email me and we can discuss that. I have a bit more time this summer, so if this goes well, I may offer it again. But starting the fall, I will not be offering this again, as I'm a student, so I will be quite busy. Um, I'm still kind of trying to figure out my groove and what I want to present every month, and I seem to change my mind all the time. And I hope that you guys aren't getting too confused by it, but I have decided to just strictly do love readings at this point. I think that they're the most sought after. I think that a lot of people need guidance in those areas. And these are love readings for people who need guidance. So if you are happily involved, this reading is probably not for you. I've been purposely asking Spirit to show me the messages for the people who need the guidance. If you are happily involved and want a reading, that's when you go to a personal reader, in my opinion. And again, you probably heard this, but readings can go vice versa. So although I may say this is you in the reading, please keep in mind it may be your partner. And please don't take anything the wrong way if it doesn't resonate, because these are general and they're not going to resonate with everyone. So with that being said, I will begin. Gemini, the relationship I see that you are involved with, I feel that it needs to end. It needs to end, or something needs to drastically change. Um, because it was represented by death in reverse. So death in reverse tells me that someone might be clinging and not letting go of this person. It tells me that, especially with this 10 of Pentacles in reverse above it, I'm seeing that, for some of you, this might be a long-term partner and money and investments are involved. And so you're staying because of that. But it is very unhealthy. It is a toxic relationship. Why? I don't know. I'd have to do personal reading. A toxic relationship can just be codependency. There could be jealousy. There could be addiction problems. I am seeing a lot of pentacle energy. So it honestly looks, and I'll get into it as I go into each section, but it honestly looks like, Gemini, you're not really doing your share if this is about finances and your partner is. And so there's a huge imbalance. There could be money problems. If it has nothing to do with money, this is about security. But you are represented by the Eight of Wands in this relationship. And when I looked at all the clarifiers, Gemini, I have to say that the energy I'm getting is that of someone who is a bit flighty. I think that whoever this is, whether it's you or your partner, this person is showing up very, I want to say you're irresponsible or doesn't like responsibility. They're kind of flaky. You may make plans with someone but then cancel. And I think that this person, it is on your side, Gemini, but it may not be you, maybe your partner. And if you're cross-watching, this definitely is your partner. This person's just flighty. They just want to have a good time. And as a result, they're not really commitment type, it looks like. This person's not ready for a commitment, is what I'm seeing. Immature is what I'm seeing, just immaturity. And, the advice for this Gemini, whoever it may be, is the Sun. And when I clarified, I think, Gemini, you need to recognize some of your emotional behaviors that are not serving you or your partners, and that it needs to be looked at. Now, remember I said addictions could be taking over? The King of Cups in reverse can talk about, an alcohol disorder. It definitely can. It can also just talk about someone who's emotionally manipulative and just not, when I see reversed kings and queens, I like to say, or any court card for that matter, I like to say that they're just not operating at their highest potential. there's blocks to that, and their negative behaviors are more pronounced. And so when I see this devil here representing the relationship and what's going on within it, there could be a drinking problem, or just, emotionally, you've got some stuff that you've got to work through. And I just see that you are clinging to old, outdated beliefs that are not serving you, and that is perhaps what the sun is trying to show you within this dynamic. So your advice is to shine the light on that darkness and look at it. And sometimes we don't like to do that because that's where shame is, that's where, embarrassment is, that's where vulnerability is. But if we don't look there, we can't heal it. So that is your advice, Gemini. Again, I always like to apologize when I'm saying that, that's you, because it might be your partner. So I'm sorry that I keep repeating that, but whoever this is, that's their advice. The other person in this relationship is showing up. They had almost every single card a pentacle, like pentacle, 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 pentacle. So this relationship either has money problems, like a gambling addiction, or just, you guys just were big spenders, or your partner is doing all the financial work and paying the bills, and this other person is not. But what I'm seeing is this person is coming out of a time of feeling, like they didn't have enough, and they're looking good, but they almost look single. And so it made me wonder, because death is in reverse, right? And I asked why, and that's when I got the devil. So I feel like even if this person has walked away, or just decided to walk away, that you haven't let go, or they're showing up like they've learned this lesson. They've completed it. It's very interesting, and it's a general read, which makes them more complicated. But I feel like more money was going out than coming in, which put your partner in this position. But now they're coming out of it. And if this has nothing to do with money, again, this is security. This was your partner was feeling extremely insecure, but they're gaining that back, and it's because they've learned a lesson and perhaps closed the door. But there's still some connection between you two there. With death in reverse, it could be that you, Gemini, are clinging, or someone else is clinging. Because your partner's advice was the Queen of Pentacles, and the reason why was the Six of Pentacles in reverse. And so, the Queen of Pentacles, she's good with her money. She is practical, responsible, pretty much the opposite of what this Knight of Pentacles in reverse is. And that is your partner's advice when it comes to this relationship. And so it could be that if you two want to stay together, your partner is going to have to realize that they are going to have to be the practical one that pays the bills and gets that done, because you're not bringing that in. Because if your partner isn't practical, responsible, and does their due diligence, I just see that more money is going to go out. If it's, again, I keep repeating myself, if it's not money, this is security. The Queen of Pentacles is secure. She's grounded. This could also be a person in your partner's life that they can reach out to, a person that is good with money, a person that is responsible, and a person that can help them, and maybe help them financially even. If that is an issue for Geminis and Gemini's partners. Very, very interesting reading, Gemini. I would love to know what's going on here. Or if I have the energies backwards in some way. I mean, it could be, Gemini, that you are feeling that your partner's flaky, and so that's why you're kind of up in the air, and but you're clinging, and they're just all about money, money, money. But yeah, a lot of pentacle energy here, a lot. But your partner's coming out of that feeling of lack or loss or emotional poverty, financial poverty. They're coming out of it because something's been completed. So I don't know what that's about. It looks like they ended it. So I don't know who's clinging to this relationship or what needs to change. It could just be that there was a big financial lesson as well, and that the death in reverse is that something's got to change in this relationship, and maybe it's money. So please let me know if you are a couple that money is a big problem for you guys. That could be it for sure. I'm going to leave it at that because I'm seeing so much and I'm probably confusing you guys. Your Oracle card were really interesting. Actually, No Place Like Home came out first, and then By the Book in Reverse came out first. Now, intuitively, I got a really, really big message when I got this card. And now these are the messages for you, Gemini, when it comes to this person and when it comes to your love life in general. No Place Like Home talks about familiarity. Now, you have to read the cards in the context of all the other cards. And so what I'm seeing is that especially with By the Book in Reverse, it's saying you have to go do something different. I think, Gemini, what you're doing is you're going for what's familiar because it's familiar, it's easy, it's comfortable, but that's not always the best case for you. Because By the Book in Reverse is saying that you need to do something different. Now I'm going to open this up and read it. So it says that now is the time for a real change in consciousness as you are incited to revolt. Challenge the structures that are limiting authentic progress. It is not enough to rebel in small ways. This is a call to revolution. Focus on what you really want to achieve, regardless of whether it feels so far outside the box that the established order may reject it. So this is about taking a stand. This is about doing what you need to do. This is about, trusting and going against, the social norms, really. So I don't know what that means for you guys. In combination with this, to me, it's just reiterating this message of familiar. You need to go for what's not familiar. And whoever you are in this reading, whether you're this person or this person, if you're the person who may be a bit more flaky and not settled in this relationship, it could be saying that, maybe you had a parent like that growing up. Maybe you never had structure. And so this is familiar for you. You like to just jump around and not have responsibilities or commitments. If you're the person who is always giving and, your energy, your money, and, maybe you weren't valued and maybe you feel like that's how you're going to get valued. Either way, very interesting. The last card you got was Clear and Shield Your Energy. And this to me resonates very much so with the devil, right? We've got some toxic energy in here and you need to protect yourself here. So it says that you have absorbed harsh and toxic energy from other people. You can call on El Moria, I think that's how you pronounce his name, and Archangel Michael to clear yourself. They can also clear and elevate energies in other people, your home, or your office. After clearing yourself, ask them to shield you from further intrusions. This process is called shielding, and it needs to be conducted, it says once or twice a day. You can also wear a crystal pendant to act as a buffer in harsh energy situations. So this card also talks about the need to cut cords. It says you need to cut cords of fearful attachments between you and other people or possessions, to stay clear of harsh or toxic substances or environments and relationships, and to honor your sensitivity. Keep your thoughts as positive as possible and keep your energy clear and clean. So I don't know who is who in this. Please, please, please let me know. I'm always so curious. So I love it when people actually message me and tell me what's going on. Really, really helps my reading, and it's just really interesting to see. So I think that that's all I have for you, Geminis. I hope that that didn't confuse you. The reading was very, very interesting. And I will see you guys back in June. So I hope that this was helpful for at least a few of you. I need to find the stop button.